You guys absolutely loved my second half recap video. It's gotten over 150 views in just the first 15 hours. So as a way to celebrate that, and as promised, I am doing a ranking video on every single race from Marbula 1 Season 6. Now, I do want to clarify, this will only be doing ranks on the races. It won't be doing anything regarding to the qualifiers. It's just me giving my opinions for the races. Anyways, so I apologize if you hear noises outside. My neighbors are mowing the lawn right now, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, let's just get into it. So we'll start off with Electron Expressway. Overall, this track is pretty good. I've seen it in 3 other appearances in the past, and I just feel like it's a pretty good track. So I'm gonna put it into the average category. I feel like it's pretty good. The only dislike I really have for this track is that they took out like the split and the triple split from Season 5, as well as the accelerator. That made it really good. So that's gonna go in the average category. Alright, moving on to Sakura Garden. That, I'm not really sure. It's in between great and meh for me, because this track is overall good. It's just the layout provides a lot of problems, so I'm gonna put it into the meh category. The reason I'm not putting it into the average category is mainly just because it comes with its own set of problems. Most regardingly, the drop right before the bank turn that caused Bolt to fly off in Season 5, so I'm gonna put that in the meh category for that. Even though it didn't happen this season, I'm just exampling last season. Okay, Misty Mountain. So, this track is phenomenal. I really like this track, even though it does have a very fast backstretch. It does come with a great set of like twists and bends right before the conveyor belt, so that doesn't provide any sort of problems for the marbles getting onto the conveyor belt, and that will be important later. So that's gonna go into the great category. I really like Misty Mountain with its 3 other appearances in the past. There might be only a little things in there that I would want changed, but there's not really much I would want changed. Casino Square, from my favorite team, the Blackjacks. That one, I'm not gonna put it into God tier just because I'm biased towards the Blackjacks. I'm gonna put it into the average category, mainly just because it's similar to the Misty Mountain track, where it does that drop and then that long like straightaway. It didn't really do that this time, but still, it has that long stretch before a little turn, and then like the sharp turns right before the conveyor belt. So that can cause a lot of shuffling and problems, so I'm gonna put it in the average category. Alright, Castle Howl, that one's going right into God tier. I love this track. Castle Howl, God tier, end of story. No discussions whatsoever. So, the reason I love the Castle Howl track so much. So, this is a new track. So many people loved this track. I absolutely loved the track, especially considering it's got its own haunted castle on the track. The layout was perfect. It fits the purpose of its name very well, so that is going in God tier. Okay, Greenstone. Alright, this may be controversial, but I'm putting it into the I hate it category. The reason for that is mainly just because of the huge changes that came from it this season. I liked it so much better in Season 4 when it was a nice smooth layout with marbles like making their way through the turns. Now they have these like custom turns, and like they had this massive 180-degree turn that caused a lot of problems. So I'm putting it into the I hate it category. Alright, moving on, Savage Speedway. Okay, this one is going into the meh category. The reason for that is mainly just because of the banked turn. I really don't like the bank turn at Savage Speedway, mainly just because marbles get way too much speed going into the bank turn. It actually reminds me of the Minty Mania GP from Season 2, where marbles would go down the ramp and then into the bank turn. That's literally the same story for the Savage Speedway, so that's going in the meh category. If it had those twists and bends before the final backstretch, that would be in the great tier, but nope, it's going in the meh. Okay, Orion's Belt, the second new track, that's going into the great category. I know that I may sound a bit biased towards the Indigo Stars, but I'm not that biased towards them. I don't really pay much attention to them. So yeah, basically the reason why I love Orion's Belt so much, mainly is just because it was a new layout, it flowed well, and there was no troubles with any parts of the track whatsoever, except, you know, the beginning with Red Eye getting stuck, yeah. Yeah, I laughed about it. But yeah, that's really about it. So that's going into the great tier. Okay. Aquamarine, that one, I'm not really sure. Where do I put that? I'm not really sure where to put that. Is it... I'll put it into the meh category. So, it's basically the same layouts as it's been every other year. I've not really liked the Aquamarine that much, just because it's got like the twists and the bends, and then a sharp drop down before sudden curve into the final curves before, the conveyor belt. So that is going into the meh category. And if it also didn't have like that little splitter before the drop, that would be in the great tier, but that's going in the meh tier. Alright, Sparkle Central, the final track for this tier list. That's going... I want to see where... Thing is with Sparkle Central, even though it's a new track, is that it comes with the exact same amount of problems with the Aquamarine and Greenstone Grand Prix, where marbles have been having trouble with certain parts of the track, as well as getting onto the conveyor belt. But overall, just because of it being a new track, I'm gonna put it into the average category, but in front of Casino Square. If it didn't have like a new flow to the track, and with like new layouts, new custom features, that would be in the I hate it category. But because of the new features, that's going into the average category. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I apologize if it's a lot shorter than it should be. There was only 10 races, so there wasn't really much for me to rank. But I really hope you do enjoy this. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. And just saying, this is my opinions on the track, so just please don't try to fight me in the comments on why I didn't put it in there or there. This is just my opinions. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna fall asleep now.